everybody, I'm Brian.
And I'm Logan.
And we're Crush Cards.
Oh my god, we said it at the same time! Happy post-holiday, Merry almost New Year. Speaking of almost New Year, it's almost the New Year. And
this week!
Wow! We're gonna do our top 10 Yu-Gi-Oh cards of the year for you guys.
So this is just our top 10 pick. You're more than welcome to have your own, but this is what we've seen over the last year that we think is probably the most impactful and the most generic too. Not really archetype specific, but just cards that can go in most decks.
Yes, these are 10 just very blanket cards that could be used by anyone for any deck. Starting off the list at number 10, it's Appaloosa! Yay, Appaloosa! Appaloosa is a pretty new card. She's a generic link 4. You can get up to 2, 3, 4 negates with however many materials you use, which is great. She shuts off monster effects. The only problem is she's really susceptible to spell trap removal, so she can basically get blown out in any way, shape, or form. You can target her, you can take her off the field without very much effort, which kind of sucks. So Dark Ruler No More, which is a really new card, is also its biggest nightmare because it literally just shuts it off, which is not so great. And then you're just sitting on a 0 negate, 0 attack monster, which is a real big bummer. Also, if you're the opponent, you can easily just bait out the negates for Appaloosa and then just continue on with whatever you're doing. So it's good in concept, but not necessarily as strong as it could be.
For number 9, we have Pot of Extravagance. This card came out in Savage Strike, and it was literally one of the biggest buffs to rogue decks. It's just banish 3, banish 6 of your extra deck cards face down, and you draw 2. It's amazing. It really just gave rogue decks that big edge that they needed, that draw power. It's really powerful.
God, I wish someone would tell me, what does Pot of Greed do? Number 8, it's BLS, or Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. He's amazing. I love this card. He's $70 for a reason, and here's why. He's a generic link 3, a very easy link 3 to get out. It's crazy how easy you can get him out. And if you use a level 7, he's untargetable, which is whack, and then his effects are whack. He's a 3000 beater, which is whack. And then he's got non-targeting removal. He banishes cards on the field. He can attack another second time in another turn. And you can bump him to 4,500. You can choose one of these effects once per turn if he destroys a monster. So you gotta make sure he can destroy a monster. It's not bad having a 3,000 beater on the field, but if you want the effects, kill something. Whack!
For number 7, it's a soft spot in my heart, and it's Mystic Mine. Everybody's favorite card. Mystic Mine is just one of the most oppressive floodgates out there. It protects you from battle. It protects you, the player, from your opponent activating monster effects. And it's literally just a win condition in and of itself. I got my top with it and my invite, so I think the card's great. I don't think it needs to be touched, but I will admit that the card is absolutely abusable.
Wow. Coming in hot at number 6, it's Utopia Double. Utopia Double is a generic rank 4. You can go into it, get double or nothing, do the whole double or nothing Utopia play. You know the shtick. You hit for 10k, it's Boral Sword 2.0. You win the game if you can resolve it. So if you can stop it, bummer, you just lost everything. But if you can get it off, man, whoa!
Coming in number 5 is the Guard Dragons. Just another crazy set of cards that came out of Savage Strike. They're just such a buff to dragons. They make them so much more combo oriented. So many more extenders. It's +1, +2, +3. Everyone knows the red MD play. Even with Agripane banned right now, it still allows you to link climb and go into so many more negations than they previously had. So the Guard Dragons just such a buff to any dragon-based deck.
Fact. Number 4 on the list, it's IP, Mascara. IP's great. It's not surprising that she's this high on the list. She just requires 2 non-link monsters to get out, which is crazy. She's an amazing utility link because obviously you can use her on your opponent's turn, which is the craziest part of her as a card. It makes her so strong. If you can go into a link 3 or a link 4 or whatever it is you're using her for, you're not only getting that on your opponent's turn and getting the effect of that monster off, but you're also protecting the monster because of her last effect, which allows you to keep the card from getting destroyed by card effects, which is just insane. So not only are you interrupting your opponent's turn, you've now got a protected monster on field that is also getting its summoning conditions off, so that's kind of cool.
Coming in number 3, we have, once again, another Savage Strike card. It's almost like half these cards are out of Savage Strike. Clearly, if you guys haven't figured it out already, it's Testicle Dragon Phantasme, the tongue twister card, Thanos Dragon. This card is unreal. I mean, like, it just, whenever your opponent link summons, you get to draw cards equal to the number of link monsters on the field +1, and then put back, you know, just, it's unreal. You get to refix your hand. It offers you targeting protection while it's on the field. It's a level 7, so if you want to go into our number 8 pick, which was BLS, it offers you that free protection also. And it's just, I think it's a 2400, it's a 2400 beater on the field for free, just because your opponent decided to link summon. Like, the card does it all, and even though going into this new Master Rule revision, it's not super strong because links are not very prevalent, supposedly, it's still worth the $65 that it's currently sitting at. Like, we have a playset, and the card is just a blowout.
Yeah, it's still a strong card. Doesn't change anything. Coming in at number 2, it's Avermax. Mekk-Knight Crusadia Avermax, to be exact. That rhymed. He's a link 4, requires 2 monsters, special summon the extra deck that equal 4. He's crazy. You win the game. I love him. If it was my way, he'd be number 1, but it's okay. It's not on my list. It's everyone's list. Avermax is amazing. You can't target him with card effects. If you use the IP combo and you link into him using IP, you can't destroy him with card effects, so you got some double crazy protection at that point. And then, when he battles a special summon monster, he gains the attack of that monster, and your opponent can only target him for attacks. So if you've got other monsters on the board, you're in the clear, because they only have to go into him, and then they're going to lose their monster anyway, because he's crazy! He's so good! He's World Sword 1.5, not quite 2.0, because I think he just deserves to be a little closer to World Sword in that regard. I think he's better, but who am I? He's perfect. I love him. I think he's great. And then, when he leaves the field, thank you for reminding me, Special Assistant, when Avermax leaves the field, he has some non-targeting removal. I think it says when he's sent to the graveyard, you can send another card on the field.
It's sending.
Yeah, it's sending. It's non-targeting. It's amazing. He's got like a little baby Dingirsu effect in there. And holy moly, what does that bring us to?
Our honorable mentions!
Oh, yeah.
So this list for us is a little bit more of like a generic top 10. However, 2019 brought us a lot of archetype-specific cards that were really, really powerful that we didn't want to forget. So
first off in the honorable mentions, in no specific order, is Salamangreat Gazelle.
Card's crazy.
I don't know why, but in my head I just like had like a little gazelle prancing. Gazelle's amazing. We know why this card's so darn good.
Thank God.
It's at 1 for, you know, obvious reasons. It's your play starter. Do pretty much everything you need.
It's a 1 card.
Yeah, yeah. Gazelle. If you get Gazelle, you get full combo salad. Woohoo!
Another card this year that came out in the structure deck was Endymion. I mean, this is just a huge buff to Pendulum decks. The card is 18 paragraphs long. It's a freaking dissertation, but it literally does everything and anything. Whatever you want the card to do, it says it. Just go read the card.
Yeah, but please don't make us like give you a list of everything Endymion does. It's a very long card.
Yeah.
Like,
and even like the Endymion archetype, like Servative Endymion, Endymion the actual card, like they're just all the cards that came in that structure deck, the Endymion package, they're so good, and they gave Pendulum such a good lift.
And best deck. Next up on the list is Gimmick. Gimmick's great. It's been used a lot in Orcus specifically because you can just banish 8, summon it, destroy a card on the field.
It's crazy.
And you can use it every turn. Basically, you don't need your deck, just banish away, go for it. It's been used in Grand Manju too, hasn't it? Yeah. It's really good and versatile in a lot of decks. It's easy, it destroys, it does everything you need to do if you don't care about your deck and the cards in it. So
another honorable mention are just dragons in general. Nothing really specific, but dragons just got amplified so much in 2019 with cards like Omni Dragon Brotar, Safer, Boral Savage to offer you more negations, and then we also got Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. So that card can just bounce anything on the field and then get you another dragon out of your deck. I mean, just dragons with the guard dragons plus these, there was a lot going on.
So many dragons!
For dragons this year. And arguably, like, you can see it on the ban list too because, Agrippane's gone, Eclipse Wyvern is gone, and then Black and White are at 1. Dragons are great right now.
You're the dragon. Too bad it's almost over. And this last card on the honorable mentions list isn't really a card that's been played a lot necessarily or super popular this year, but I think with the new Master Rule revision, it will become a lot more prevalent because it's such a good utility that should be in a lot of decks. And that is, get out, shoo, go away, with an exclamation point. It's basically Compulse ×2, but for the extra deck, it targets 2 monsters summoned from the extra deck and shuffles them on back. It's incredible. I play it in my Paleos, and I think it is such a rad card. And so, with the new Master Rule revision, I think it's going to be a big deal. And if not, I'm going to make it a big deal.
That leads us to our number one pick, and if you guys haven't already figured it out, it's Dingirsu, Orcus of the Eating Star. It's our number one pick. It's everyone's number one pick. The card is just insane. The utility that it provides to not only the Orcus deck, but just any deck that could play generic rank 8s, it's so powerful. I mean, it just sends on summon. If you have a banished machine monster, which typically you get in Orcus, but there are other decks that can utilize it, you just re-equip it and it offers you protection by detaching it. And once again, you can play it in Greymon-ji, you can play it in, like, people have been playing it in Blue Eyes. You can play it in
Thunder Dragons.
You can play it in Thunder Dragons. Like, it is a very generic rank 8 card, even though it does specifically go to Orcus. Like, the amount of stuff that this card does and the interruption it provides, it's non-targeting removal, it's protection, it's 2800 beater. Like, it's 26. 26.
So you were close.
2600 beater. It's just such a strong card.
And mostly just because, like, this format and with Orcus being the number one deck, it has to be number one.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. You cannot at this point. Like, if I had it my way, it would be Avermax, but it's okay. I'll let the people have their ding. Wowie! And that's the end of our top 10 Yu-Gi-Oh cards of 2019 list. Now, this is just our opinions, our list. This is not anything set in stone. It's purely what we came up with based on what we play, how we play, and what we think of the game. If you have other thoughts, and if you have a list of your own that you'd like to drop, guess what? You can in the comments. Put your top 10, put cards that you think should have been 1, 10, whatever you want. Let us know, because we don't think that we're right. We don't think that there's necessarily a perfect list. This is just what we think. This was a year. This was our first year playing competitively. What do you think? Lay in the comments. I want to talk to you.
So if you guys want to keep in contact with us, like Logan said, feel free to go check us out on Instagram. It's at CrushCardsYGO. Send us a message. We're more than willing to answer a lot of your guys' questions. Just talk back and forth. We want to get to know you and want you guys to get to know us a little bit too. And if you want to get even more personable, we have a TCGplayer link in the description box down below. So I don't think we have all these cards, but we do have most of them. So go check it out. It supports the channel directly, and we really do appreciate it.
But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more cool videos like this or just anything in general, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit all those buttons, put your thoughts in the comments, talk to me, talk to him, talk to Tops if you want to. Anyway, we love you. I hope you enjoyed this video. We love you. I love you. I think you're great. You matter. Don't forget. Have a great